You? Is anybody?
There's Molly, folks. That means your friends the Goldbergs are here. Brought to you by Does, the new kind of soap for everything in your wash. First, let's drop in on the Dozen family. Well, Ma Dozen's in the living room. And here comes Daisy Dozen. She's been studying French in summer school. Uh-oh, she's handing Ma a note.
It's from my French teacher.
What she want?
Open it, Ma.
She says, Madam Dozen, your daughter's French recitation was very poor today. Please have her prepare her next French lesson more carefully. My lands, Daisy, what'd you do?
All I did was describe does in French. I said, in the wash, does toot.
Doesn't toot, Daisy. Couldn't you say it's a new kind of soap and it does everything in the wash?
But, Ma, toot is French for everything.
Oh.
I said, does the work shirts, towels, the pretty rayons. In a word, toot.
Stop tooting, Daisy. You ought to have told your French teacher how easy Does gets Pa's overalls clean without any hard scrubbing. I don't even need a bar soap anymore, 'cause Does gets the grimiest clothes clean all by itself.
Oui, ma mère.
Now, just call me Ma, please, Daisy. Couldn't you say in French how white Does gets towels? No soap I ever used gets clothes whiter.
I told the teacher does gets towels and sheets blanc comme nuage. That means white as a cloud, Ma.
Very good, dear. And did you tell how this same Does is safer for your rayon blouses and other nice colors of wash?
Oui.
Yet it can't be beat for getting out tough dirt?
Oui, Ma.
Oh, then I can't understand your teacher not liking your French recitation, Daisy.
Gee, Ma, maybe in French doesn't do everything.
Listen, Daisy, whatever language you speak, does everything in the wash. It's the only leading granulated wash day soap that gives longer life to colors, plus unsurpassed whiteness and real cleaning power for the dirtiest clothes. Try Does, D-U-Z. It does everything in your wash. And now the Goldbergs. Well, the way Molly feels now, no words can describe. Because all her hopes, all her faith in what people can become, have been dashed to the ground. Molly protected Grace against her family's advice, even after she learned through George's confession that Grace and he had come to the Goldbergs to get money out of them. George had reformed, so Molly thought the girl, too, might come to see how wrong she had been. But giving Grace another chance didn't do any good, for Grace has absconded with the town's funds raised for delinquent children and is now on the train speeding away from Lastenbury. And George is with her. The Goldbergs are left holding an empty bag, which should be filled with the town funds. Listen.
What time is it, David?
I told you just now the time, Molly.
So again, tell me.
3 minutes more than I told you before.
Thank you.
All the money. All the money.
David.
Grace ran away with all the money.
David.
The money that was collected for the delinquent children. For a playground.
David, please. David, Jake, please stop walking up and down, please.
Don't speculate anymore, Molly. We are ruined. Socially, economically, and financially.
You want a little water, Molly?
No, David. Thank you. Thank you very much. I want water. The time is now, but...
The train that George and Grace are on is almost in Grand Central already.
It's almost in Grand Central already, Molly. If George was bringing Grace back...
Too late, you think, David?
Yes. There is plenty more, I'm thinking.
Well, everybody is thinking, Jake.
And if you're thinking what I'm thinking...
Well, what are you thinking?
You're thinking, Jake, that George...
Why shouldn't I think?
You think that
You
George...
think that George, Jake...
Why shouldn't it be a plan to...
You think George knew Grace was going on that train?
Why couldn't it be?
Because, I mean...
Because George reformed? Excuse me, George.
You want a cold compress, Molly?
No.
Take your pencil, Molly. Figure out how much money Grace ensconced.
You want a pencil, Molly, to figure out how much money she ensconced? Huh?
Not now.
$100 from Willoughby.
Not now, please.
$25 from Merrifoot.
I know, Jake.
You want a glass of tea, maybe, Molly?
No, Dave. No. Thank you very much. Thank you. Just let me sit. Oh, just let me sit. David, what time is it?
It's 3 minutes after before.
Oh, mine. Let me. Maybe it's George. I'm sure. Hello? Yes?
Who?
Yes. Yeah, this is Mrs. Goldberg. Oh. How do you do? Pleased to meet you. Well, I see.
What do you see?
What do you see, Molly?
Well, at the next meeting.
There'll be no next meeting.
Yes, I will. Thank you. Bye. Goodbye.
Who was it?
Who was it, Molly?
The man with the blueprints for the recreation playground.
Blueprints. I'd like to show him a blueprint that I could sketch.
What time is it, David?
Molly, go lay down a little bit. Look how you look.
David, maybe.
Crooks, parasites, vultures. And my wife thinks with a magic wand and a few dears and darlings, a lifetime of crookedness can be straightened out.
George, maybe.
George, where is he? Did he come back? If he was what you thought you made him, he would be here with Grace, even if he had to pull her off the train by her hair. But no, he's evidently sitting now, laughing at us.
Jake, please.
Yes, please.
Jake, it's not the conclusion yet. Why don't we wait till the conclusion?
George, I thought I'd never get out of there. Aren't you happy, George?
Not very.
Well, smile at least.
I'm getting ready to. Takes a little time to appreciate the wonderful joke you played on the Goldbergs.
Oh, stop it. I'm tired of hearing it.
Sorry, I don't mean to tire you out. We'll be in Grand Central soon.
Yeah. And the first train to Chicago. That's my town. That's the one I want to go to quick. The idea of Lastenbury, that little lump of paradise, sticks in my throat.
And when we get to Grand Central, I'll have to make up my mind.
You're still hopping on that reform business. You're not seriously thinking, George, that I'm going to pay any attention to you.
No, I'm not anymore.
No.
I know it now. You're on the make, Grace. You have the money and you're going far away with it.
Right.
And you don't care about the Goldbergs. They'll have to make up for it. They'll have to tell the whole town that they knew you were a fraud and played along trying to save your soul.
You could have knocked me down with a feather, George, when you told me they knew I was faking all along. But that shows they're bigger suckers than I thought they were.
That's right. Suckers. Suckers for trying to give us a break.
The money's our break.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, we'll soon be at Grand Central.
You're soft-hearted, George. That's why I love you. Because you're soft-hearted. Only I don't want you to be a softie for the whole world. Just for me.
I've been that way for you for a long time.
Yeah. Sure, a long time. Now it's going to be nicer than ever before.
Maybe.
I'll make it nicer for you.
Sure. You've done it. You see, Grace, I know right now, right this minute, that I'm through with you. I'm all through with you. Washed up and through with you.
You said that before.
I know I did.
You're through with me because I'm thinking of us and not every jerk in Lastenbury.
Yeah. And I know you're going to be a mother soon. And it's going to be my child as well as yours. I know that, too.
That's a comfort.
But I'm still through with you.
Okay. You're taking the high road, and I'm taking the low one.
Yeah, right.
But I've still got another decision to make.
Oh, you have? How interesting. Could you tell me what it was? Maybe I could help you come to a conclusion.
I'm sure you could.
Well, give.
When we get to the station, I have to decide whether I should turn you over to the first policeman we meet.
You're nuts.
Mrs. Goldberg is not going to have to make good that money. She trusted me, and she tried to help you.
You're bats.
Sure, I'm bats. I should have left you years ago.
You're crazy. Turn me over. I'm your wife. You're going to send your own wife to jail?
Give me the money so I can bring it back.
No.
That's it, then. And once you're arrested, there'll be no Mrs. Goldberg to be sorry for you. You'll get the works.
And you?
Me too. But that's all right.
You're bluffing, brother. You wouldn't hand me over. You couldn't. You don't have the nerve. It isn't in you. You're just a crawling worm. And I know exactly what you're going to do. I can draw you a picture. When we get to Grand Central, you're going to keep on whining. And you'll get on the Chicago train with me, still whining. You'll argue and whine your way to Chicago, and you'll move in with me there and keep on whining. And I'll take you along and let you do it, because that's the way you are. And by, you'll forget it. You think you did it all on your own, and get brave again, and we'll live happily ever after. That's the way you are.
I'm not whining now.
We'll see. Got great confidence in my husband, George. I know him like a book.
Maybe you did. But there's a new ending to it now.
We'll see.
You will. You can bet you will.
Molly's faith in George isn't altogether misplaced. But Grace's great confidence is based on a longer knowledge. And she is, after all, his wife. Well, you know, we always ought to try to look on the bright side of things. For instance, like Dickie does. Yesterday I caught him doing the dishes, and he said...
Honest, Mr. Collier, I'm not washing dishes. I'm just giving them their daily dozen.
Very good, Dickie. You know, friends, besides doing everything in your wash, Does really has everything for dishes, too. Yes, this new kind of soap makes suds that stand up till the last dish is done. Cuts grease like 60, yet it's kinder to hands than any other leading granulated wash day soap. Why, Does leaves your hands soft and smooth. Yet you can't beat Does for cutting tough grease. Does it in less than half a minute. You don't have to keep adding soap either, because those Does suds stand up till the finish. Oh, you'll like Does. It has everything for dishes. And remember, this is wartime. Don't waste Does. All soaps contain vitally needed war materials. Always wash glasses, silverware, and cleanest dishes first. See to it every bit of Does you use does more. Be sure to listen to the next episode of The Goldbergs. The Goldbergs wait, and Molly sees the doors of her mistake closing in on her. This is Clayton Collier speaking for Procter & Gamble and saying, do as the Doesums do. Let Does, the new kind of soap, do everything in your wash.